Hi, I'm Danielle Look with IndieMojo.com. We're here with the Bright Light Social Hour at the Hangout Fest. All right, guys, so you just recently got done with like a 2-year stretch of touring, right? Off and on, you've been on the road?
Yeah.
On the whole time? Yeah. So how do you tour for 2 straight years?
You throw all your stuff in your girlfriend's house and get in the van.
And then by the end, you don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you get your stuff back. All your stuff is gone.
Yeah.
How do you, being on the road with each other for that long, how do you keep it fun and not like
Not crazy.
tear each other apart? Do you ever get tired of each other?
Well, definitely, you know, we've had some times when we had to kind of figure out how to really work best together and have the most fun. And Shred is our newest addition here, and he's brought a real breath of fresh love into everything. So it's really just, you know, you figure it out after a while. At first, it's sort of, you know, it's all just like friends road tripping and playing shows. It's really exciting, even though the shows are always really crappy at first, and then the shows get better, but you kind of get a little more worn out of it, and then you kind of figure out how to, you know, balance it all. So we've got it back to feeling like friends road tripping again. So it's been really great. It's been really fun lately. Now that we're finally not doing it much anymore.
Right, yeah, because you're kind of settling into your studio that you're building right now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So tell me about that.
With the writing space we've been working out of for the past couple of years on Lake Travis at home in Austin. And it's a really comfortable space, and as we were just kind of starting to think about recording the album, we just realized we're really comfortable working there, so we might as well bring all the gear into this space and make it somewhere we can record the record. It's going really awesome.
And you're just building it yourselves from like the ground up, right?
Yeah, just bringing in gear and putting up acoustic treatment and all sorts of fun, nerdy stuff.
It's our baby.
Yeah.
Borrowing equipment, like you're gonna produce it all yourself as well, right?
Yeah.
So like, where did the equipment come from, and how did you just know how to use it, or?
All over the place. I mean, some would just purchase some equipment, some were renting. We got a lot of equipment from a friend of mine I used to play in a band with prior to this band, and he's a fisherman in Alaska. He goes up and fishes for salmon for 6 to 8 months out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been doing that for 6 or 7 years. He just, you know, saves up and goes home and buys ridiculous studio equipment, just really awesome stuff. And he's about to head out for 6 or 8 months, so he's very kindly just letting us use a good bit of his stuff while he's gone.
Yeah, some amazing preamps and crazy tube microphones, so amazing stuff we would never have gotten our hands on. So
They've got some historical value too, right? Did I read something about like?
Oh yeah, we got the NASA rack. We have this rack. It's just a metal frame that holds the preamps and the converters and stuff. And it's from NASA from the late 60s. We just happened to see it, and we were buying some acoustic treatment from this dude who used to have a studio, and we just happened to see it in his storage unit. And we're like, what is that thing? And he's like, oh man, that's from NASA, man. That was there for the moon landing. So we were like,
It's like I used to tell people in my studio that went to the moon and back.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we decided it's just a metal frame, you know, but we were just like, man, we couldn't stop talking about it, thinking about it. We're like, we'll see how much he wants for it. We'll pay like up to $1,000 for it, and he gave it to us for $175.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Nice.
buy like
Practically a humanitarian.
to buy like one of those, just a cheap plastic one, would be like $400
Yeah.
probably. So it
That's
was
cool.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
We have an unhealthy obsession with space, so kind of
Okay.
gives our studio some vibe.
We
Cool.
call
Some
the
good mojo.
Yeah, we call the whole rig mother, like in Alien.
Uh-huh.
They call the computer mother.
Except we can't get it to respond back to us.
Keep working on that.
Mother, a little tin can and a snare drum, please. It doesn't happen.
So how do you expect to get anything done this summer with all the major festivals? You guys are at Hangout, Summer Camp, Wakarusa, All Good, Floyd Fest, Lollapalooza. Like, how are you going to get anything done this summer?
A lot of setting up and packing up 2 days later.
Yeah.
So just get in there whenever you can.
Yeah, we'll get home from here on Tuesday, then we leave Thursday for summer camp, so that day we probably won't set everything up and then tear it back down. But the following week we have 3 days in between festivals, so we will set everything up, record or demo out stuff for 3 days, and then tear it back down, throw it in the trailer, and we'll go.
And
So
road
a
trip.
lot of building and putting down.
Okay, so do you have experience as a DJ? Did I do my research right
Shredder
and find
too,
that
as
as well? Okay, so so with the popularity of electronic dance music and DJs and in the music industry right now, do you guys ever toy with the idea of like incorporating more of that into your sound, experimenting with electronic music?
Yeah, actually, like over the years, we've definitely incorporated more like synths, and I've tried to bring a lot of like say the rhythms of house and techno and some of like the synth production into the band. And as we're working on our next record, a lot of it's kind of like how we imagine the South will be in the future, and Austin seems to be a pretty good example of like the jewel of I think what the future of the South will look like. And it is like simultaneously Southern, but also like forward-looking. I think electronic music is like values progress more than anything, almost to a fault. You know, it doesn't like stick to any one sound for any more than like 6 months even sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've gotten quite a lot of synths and drum machines that we're using on this next record. Really, all of the synths I've ever wanted to buy throughout most of my life, we have now, and it's really weird. I feel like a kid in a, like, I don't even want to call it a candy shop because that does a disservice to what it's like to have a Moog Voyager around.
Kid in a synth shop.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah,
what
just
you
a
want.
kid in a synth shop.
Do you have any kind of a end date for the album? Any idea when that might
We
be?
don't have a release date yet, but we should be finished with all the tracking by the end of the summer, by the start of the fall. So hope, but of course it's a long process after that, mixing, mastering, getting, printing, getting the artwork together. So we're looking at early 2014.
Okay.
But
Within a year.
we've had a lot of we've set a lot of dates before. So.